We are in the middle of a massive digital revolution. I mean, everything, money, property, assets, it's all moving online. But as this new world is being built, countries all over the globe are scrambling to write the rulebook. So let's get into this, because the path they end up choosing, it's going to define who controls your digital future.
Right now, nations like New Zealand are standing at a major fork in the road. They're literally drawing the map for their digital economy, figuring out how to navigate this brand new territory. And look, this isn't just some boring technical exercise. This is about building the entire financial plumbing for the next generation.
And this is where it gets really interesting. See, there's not just one way forward. What we're seeing is two totally different competing visions for how our digital money and assets should be handled. It's a real clash of philosophies, and honestly, the outcome is going to affect every single one of us.
Okay, so first up, we've got the official plan. This is the government-led approach. You can think of it as the safety-first model. The whole idea is to take the Wild West of digital assets and bring it into a structured, regulated system, to make it safe for everyday people and the big institutional investors.
The number one priority for this vision is stability. I mean, we've all seen those spectacular collapses in the crypto world, right? Well, governments want to make sure that doesn't happen again. By creating clear rules and protections, the hope is to build confidence, keep consumers safe, and basically roll out the red carpet for big-time investors.
What's pretty fascinating here is just how methodical this approach is. As you can see, New Zealand's roadmap breaks the whole problem down into 5 key areas, or pillars. They're looking at everything from stablecoins, which are kind of like the digital dollars of the internet, to custody, which is all about who holds your assets safely. It's a really comprehensive plan to build a secure system from the ground up.
And let me tell you, this is not a quick fix. This is a marathon, not a sprint. The plan is laid out in 3 distinct phases. First, you build the legal foundations. Then you scale up the new systems. And finally, by 2030, the goal is to be a world leader. It's a slow, steady, and very deliberate process.
This quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of the official vision. In this world, trust is built on licensed, regulated companies called custodians. They're the gatekeepers, the digital vaults that are responsible for safeguarding everybody's assets. The entire system is built on trusting these institutions.
But there's a really powerful counterargument coming from the world of Web3 and the blockchain community. This group looks at the official plan and sees a huge missed opportunity. Their vision isn't about just recreating the old system online. It's about building a brand new one based on a completely different idea of what trust is.
And this quote just nails the criticism perfectly. The whole point of blockchain technology was to get rid of the middlemen, the banks, the brokers. So the Web3 argument is, isn't it kind of ironic that these new government roadmaps seem designed to put those exact same middlemen right back in charge?
So from this perspective, wrapping this revolutionary technology in old-school rules isn't innovation at all. It's just digitized bureaucracy. They argue it adds layers of cost, complexity, and control that completely miss the point of what blockchain can do.
So what's the alternative then? Well, it all comes down to this incredible piece of tech, the smart contract. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital vending machine. It's a piece of code that lives on the blockchain, and it automatically does what it's programmed to do when certain conditions are met. No lawyers, no banks, it just works.
Okay, I know this can all sound a bit abstract, so let's bring it right down to earth. We're going to use the example of tokenized real estate, the idea of buying a tiny fraction of a building, to see how these two very different visions would actually play out in the real world.
So here it is, the fundamental difference side by side. On one hand, you have the custodian model. It's centralized, you need permission, and it all relies on trusting companies. On the other hand, you have the smart contract model. It's decentralized, it's automated, and it relies on trusting transparent code. It's basically a choice between trusting people and trusting math.
All right, so let's say you want to buy a piece of a building, the official custodian way. Well, your investment would be held by a licensed company. You'd have to trade on a centralized exchange that acts as a gatekeeper. All those expensive compliance costs, they get passed on to you, which could easily price out the very small-time investors this tech was supposed to empower.
Now, let's imagine doing that the Web3 way. Here, your ownership is a digital token that you and only you control in your own digital wallet. A smart contract could automatically collect the rent from that building and send you your share every single month, like clockwork. Trades happen directly between people 24/7 with no middleman, and every single transaction is recorded on a transparent public ledger for anyone to see. So as we start to wrap this up, it becomes pretty clear that the stakes in this debate are incredibly high. This isn't just about picking the best technology. It's about defining what ownership even means in a digital world and deciding who gets to participate in the economy of the future.
And we are not just talking about philosophy here. There is serious, serious money on the line. Research suggests that for a country like Australia, just getting digital finance right could unlock up to $24 billion in economic benefits every single year. That's the prize for building a system that's both safe and innovative.
So at the end of the day, we're not just choosing between two different sets of rules. We're making a fundamental choice. Are we going to build a future where our trust is placed in regulated institutions, or one where trust is actually baked into open, transparent code that anyone can check for themselves?
The rules for our digital future are being written as we speak. So this is the central question that policymakers, innovators, and really all of us have to answer. Where are we going to place our trust? In the familiar systems of the past, run by regulated people, or in the new possibilities of the future powered by transparent code?